Welcome to Money Daily. You might find this hard to believe, but Elon Musk's brain-computer interface has just made another major breakthrough. It has now been successfully implanted in 13 patients. The total usage time has exceeded 15,000 hours. Tens of thousands of patients are already lining up, waiting to receive the implant. And next year, the next product, Blindness, is set to begin. The first human trials aim to restore vision to people who were born completely blind. Scenes that once only existed in science fiction movies are now being turned into reality by Elon Musk. Today, we're going to break down this stunning vision step by step. Don't miss today's episode. Okay, let's go. Recently, Neuralink revealed its latest progress during a public open lecture for university students. Neuralink's co-founder, the Asian-born DJ Seo, said the story begins back in 2016. This was a time before ChatGPT even existed, and autonomous driving was still struggling to get off the ground. Elon Musk first proposed the idea of Neuralink on Twitter and began recruiting top experts. At the time, DJ Seo was pursuing his PhD, researching a technology known as neural dust, when he crossed paths with Musk. Just a few months later, a company was born, with the goal of building the world's first brain-computer interface that could be mass-produced. In the very early days, the startup was incredibly bare bones. The office was almost empty. On the very first day of work, the team actually went to a supermarket to buy chairs. So, what exactly is BCI? BCI stands for Brain-Computer Interface. Simply put, it's a technology that allows direct reading and writing of information to the brain. Its initial goal is to help paralyzed patients whose connection between mind and body has been severed. To achieve this ambitious vision, Neuralink spent a full 4 years solving 3 core challenges: the surgery itself, the implant hardware, and neural decoding. First, the surgery. The brain is as soft as tofu, packed with blood vessels and constantly moving with every heartbeat and breath. Safely implanting electrode threads thinner than a human hair into such delicate tissue sounds almost impossible. To solve this, Neuralink built a dedicated surgical robot. It's equipped with 6 microscopes and optical coherence tomography, allowing it to track tiny brain movements in real time, precisely avoid blood vessels, and implant 1,024 electrodes via dozens of flexible threads across 128 insertions into the cerebral cortex. Currently, the entire procedure takes about 4 to 5 hours, with roughly 1 hour handled by the robot itself. Neuralink's ultimate goal is to make this surgery as simple as laser eye correction, something that could eventually be done during a lunch break, a boring one-click procedure. Next comes the implant. The device is about the size of a US quarter and perfectly replaces the piece of skull removed during surgery. Once the skin heals, there is no visible sign from the outside at all. It has a built-in battery that lasts around 10 hours on a single charge. Charging is done wirelessly. The patient simply wears a special hat. In the future, charging could even be built into a pillow and happen automatically during sleep. This tiny device is essentially a miniature supercomputer. It collects about 200 megabytes of data per second from 1,024 channels. Yet Bluetooth can only transmit around 200 kilobits per second. To solve this 1,000-fold compression problem, Neuralink developed its own custom SoC chip. It processes data in real time, detects neural spikes, and compresses massive raw signals into key information before sending them wirelessly. In the future, Neuralink plans to increase the channel count well beyond 1,000, which could mean higher visual resolution or far more complex motor control. Finally, there's neural decoding, the most magical part of all. Users connect to their implant through an app called telepathy. During first-time use, calibration takes only 15 to 20 minutes. Imagine this. You think about moving your arm or clenching your fist. The system records the corresponding neural signal patterns and maps them to movements of a mouse cursor. Once calibration is complete, users can control a computer or smartphone using nothing but their thoughts. One early participant spent 9 straight hours playing Civilization VI the day after receiving the implant. Another participant learned to control a robotic arm with their mind, and after just 1 hour of training, created stunning artwork. What once existed only in science fiction is now unfolding in reality. What makes this even more meaningful is how this technology is already changing the lives of ALS patients. One late-stage ALS patient, a father of 3, can only move his eyes. In the past, he relied on eye tracking systems, which simply don't work outdoors. With Neuralink, he can now go to the park with his family and play games together. And for the first time, his children were able to hear their father's voice. However, neural signals are not static. They drift over time, which means the models need to be recalibrated. How to make the system adaptive, eliminating the need for daily calibration, is a major machine learning challenge the team is actively working to solve. So far, 13 users are using Neuralink for more than 8 hours a day. The total cumulative usage time has already exceeded 15,000 hours. And globally, tens of thousands of people are now on the waiting list for implantation. At present, Neuralink implants are available not only in the United States, but also in countries like Canada and the United Kingdom. But Neuralink's ambition goes far beyond this. Beyond motor control, they are developing visual prosthetics. Blindsight aims to restore vision to the blind. They are also working on speech prosthetics, allowing people who have lost the ability to speak to talk again. The ultimate goal is to build a full brain interface, one that can read from and write to any region of the brain. This technology isn't just about treating paralysis or blindness or even mental disorders. In the distant future, it could enhance human capabilities and help us truly understand the brain itself. To maintain control over such a disruptive technology, Neuralink has chosen full vertical integration, from chip design and software development to even the construction teams building their factories. This isn't just another tech company. It feels more like a project paving the way for humanity's next stage of evolution. And finally, in Elon Musk's own words, Musk says the probability that we are living in true base reality is only 1 in a billion. Only simulations that are interesting and provide learning value will be preserved. The boring ones will simply be discarded. Thank you for spending your valuable time watching this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. If you want to learn more about these topics, please like and subscribe. This is Money Daily. Follow me for more timely and accurate insights.